All right, what's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Darian's Competitive Pokemon. Going to be playing a game finally again on PTCGO. It's been a little while. Been doing lots of deck profiles. Going to be rocking this Buzzwole Lycanroc GX deck. This is from the European International Championships. I believe this is the list that finished in the top 8. Just a few cards off of the list that I posted onto Darian's Competitive Pokemon just yesterday, so you can go ahead and check out that list. And if you look in the comments, I've included how to change the list to be this list right here that I am playing with, the top 8 list from the European International Championship. So pretty cool. I'm excited to play this straight up fighting deck, and give it a try. This is literally my first game with it. So looks like we're playing against Gardevoir GX. Now, I can't imagine that this is like the best matchup ever, but I mean, we have some things going for us. I do have a turn 1 Brooklet Hill here. That's cool. I also have Max Elixir. I also have Guzma, so I can go ahead and get like a turn 1. I could get a turn 1 Buzzwole with that, which is pretty neat. I could also Ultra Ball away and go ahead, grab like a, maybe a Remoraid or something. So then turn 2, I can, evolve into Octillery and then just start drawing from there. So I do have some options. However, most of these Gardevoir decks are playing. I got the Floatstone, so I don't need to actually do all that, which is great. I will just go ahead, play the Brooklet Hill and get, we're going to go ahead and search first. I will probably just go ahead and get the Regirock, and then I can Ultra Ball for the Buzzwole. It doesn't really matter the order that we do this, but I think I want to get both Regirock and Buzzwole, and then Sycamore. And the thought process is that if I get both Buzzwole and Regirock, and the Brooklet Hill, just so cool because it does allow me to go ahead and just like double up on the Pokemon. I get a Pokemon for free, so I really do like that. But if I get the Regirock and the Buzzwole, that means that all I need to do is hit a strong energy off of this Sycamore, and I am going to be in for a turn 1 60 damage, which is just super awesome because I can knock out that Ralts there. And you can see just how much pressure I'm going to be applying to my opponent. If I hit a strong energy here, I did not get it, but that's okay. I do get a solid 30 damage to the active, 30 damage to one of the bench Pokemon, so I don't mind that all too much. I also can start to build up a different Pokemon. I think I probably will just put the second energy there onto my Buzzwole. Just go ahead, apply like a lot of pressure to the active here. I'm not going to play my choice band just yet because it doesn't really matter. I'm not necessarily concerned with field blowering that active choice band either. Maybe my opponent is able to make me pay for that by getting a knockout on my Buzzwole this turn. I mean, that would require them to get a whole lot of things going here, so I doubt that that's necessarily going to be what their hand is. But they do have 2 max potions, so that is wild. They're able to completely undo my turn there. Brooklet Hill actually helping out my opponent. You could see they were able to go grab that Vulpix, which is super nice. And if they don't have, they do have a support. I was going to say, if they don't have a support, they're just going to be retreating into Vulpix and looking for a beacon here. I do imagine that they will be beaconing, but you can see that I am doing great here. This hand is awesome. I mean, 4 Guzma in this deck means that I am just going to be so aggressive, able to just target down whatever I want on my opponent's side of the field all the time. That's fantastic. My opponent probably ripped a Fairy Energy here too. I don't know. That is like a pretty nice 3-card combo. If they did get the Rare Candy Gardevoir Fairy Energy off of that end to 6, that means that half the cards they got, yes, they did get that. Half the cards they got, in that hand were the cards they needed in order to pull that combination off. But again, I could just go ahead. They're going to Ultra Ball their final 2 cards away. I could just go ahead and, attach this strong energy and just Absorption GX for knockout. And that is pretty crazy, I mean, if my opponent gets like, if they even get Rare Candy Gardevoir Fairy Energy again off the Octillery, I don't even think they'll knock me out. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. They would knock me out if they got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. They're doing 180 damage right now. So I guess A little bit sketchy not playing that field blower on my opponent's choice band there. My opponent does get the field blower on my things, but it doesn't matter. I got Brooklet Hill in my hand as well as Floatstone again, so I can continue to go in on my opponent's side of the field. But I do think that probably just taking the knockout with Absorption GX is going to be the way to go. I can't really see, not making that play, just because if I don't take care of this Gardevoir right now, it's going to be a problem for me. So I definitely think that that's going to be the way to go. I got Rockruff here, so I'm going to be able to target something down on the bench. Let's just go ahead and then Brooklet Hill, get the Remoraid going as well. And that way, we can have some draw option here with Octillery coming down the line. I could Guzma something up on my opponent's side of the field, but that's not really going to be worth it. I could, let's see, Absorption GX is going to do 40 damage times the amount of prizes I have. I have 6 prizes, so I'm doing 240 damage, 250 with Regirock. I don't even need to attach the strong energy, so it is a little tempting to, just not attach the strong energy. My opponent's definitely getting the knockout on this thing next turn. I could just attach this basic fighting energy, but then I'm not playing a supporter either, because then I would probably wait until the following turn to Sycamore with this strong energy in hand. And I think that that could be the best thing to do. So I think that is the play that I'm going to make here. Just there's no real point in playing any of these cards. I can wait on that strong energy for next turn, attach a Floatstone, promote something like Remoraid and just Sycamore, maybe hit strong and a strong and like a Max Elixir, something like that. So we're just going to take this knockout here and see what my opponent does. I wasn't really interested in wasting the strong energy, so I just played a little bit conservatively there. Next turn, if my opponent does not Field Blower the Brooklet Hill, I will be able to attach Floatstone, Brooklet Hill for another Buzzwole if I would like one. I could also Max Elixir to this Rockruff, and that is a cool play that I have too, because the Rockruff is going to be able to use its... no, I did just use my GX attack, so that is not an option. I was going to say I could use the Lycanroc GX attack, but I've already used my Absorption GX, so that's no longer a live play. Just trying to run through my options here, since I'm definitely losing this Buzzwole. In hindsight, I could not have knocked out that Gardevoir GX with Knuckle Impact, so the Absorption had to be the play there. I had the Rockruff down. Did I have the Rockruff down for the previous turn? I think that I did. I'm not sure. I don't think that the Lycanroc play was going to be a live play that last turn. But this Gardevoir here could be a problem. If my opponent can't get down another Ralts, though, looks like they are going to be able to Ultra Ball for another Ralts. I was going to say that could be a weakness in my opponent's strategy, too, if they can't actually get that other Ralts down. But it looks like I am going to need to try and tank a hit somewhere. Just deal some damage, probably, try to go for, to chip away at my opponent. This deck that I'm playing, though, does not play any sort of healing cards, so any damage my opponent does to me is going to stick, which is a little rough for Buzzwole. Some Buzzwole decks are playing Acerola, some Buzzwole decks are playing Max Potion. I think this version of the deck really wants to just go in, be aggressive, use Max Elixir, but my opponent was able to kind of just draw very well. I mean, they're setting up these Gardevoirs pretty quickly, definitely not slouching on their side, so I didn't get any of those kind of like free turns to really just take some early knockouts on Ralts and things like that. You can see my opponent is spreading their energy out, and they're going to take the knockout there with Gardevoir GX to even up the prizes. I think I am going to put the Floatstone, probably makes most sense on this Regirock here, since he is the fattest guy on my side of the field. And then I draw into Buzzwole naturally, so that is nice too. I wonder what the best play here is. I could just go Buzzwole, strong energy, Guzma up, the Ralts, knock it out, 30 damage to the Gardevoir. I think that's probably the best play here, but do I use the Max Elixir, try to hit another fighting on this Buzzwole? That puts him in potential knockout range for my opponent, so I don't really like that. it does feel a little bit sketchy. I think that I probably just have to go for the Guzma, knock this out. And yeah, I don't think that I actually use that Max Elixir yet. I could use the Max Elixir onto Rockruff. I could use it onto Zygarde here, but neither of those just feel like super great plays. I think I'd rather be Max Elixiring onto a Buzzwole, but I don't have one right now. I think that probably the Max Elixir onto the Zygarde is just going to have to make the most sense, just to divide up my energy attachments. And then I will be able to Jet Punch for knockout, place 30 damage onto the Gardevoir as well. So that is good. You can see just how good that Regirock is there, fixing the math right up with the strong energy. You don't even need a Fighting Fury Belt. Obviously, I do play Choice Bands, but they are in the deck somewhere right now. They are not out. Haven't seen a Choice Band yet, but I think I saw one earlier, but ended up discarding it. So what does my opponent need to get a knockout? They've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So they would need 3 more energy. They can't actually do it. So you can see if I had a Max Elixir that extra fighting energy onto the Buzzwole, then all they would need right now is a double colorless energy, and they would be able to get the knockout on my Buzzwole. So you can see that I did put myself in kind of a favorable position here, making it so that my opponent was definitely not able to get that knockout. They've got another Ralts here on the bench now. I can chip away at this thing a little bit more. Also, the cool thing here that I get to do is maybe I get to... I think they forgot to Abyssal Hand this turn. I'm not sure. Maybe I missed that. I don't know. Maybe the Abyssal Hand and then they Ultra Balled. I'm not exactly sure how that went. I don't really think there's any point ending myself right now. I think I'm just going to Sycamore this hand. I don't want to refresh my opponent's hand at all. I also really wanted to go for that Lycanroc play so that I could knock out this Ralts again and do some more damage to this Gardevoir so that eventually I can take it out. So I think that I am going to be able to Rescue Stretcher for that Octillery back. That's really good. I'm going to do that. Put a Pokemon from my discard pile into my hand. Gonna grab Octillery, and that is good because now I'm like end proof. My wager there, wasting 4 supporters on that Sycamore, felt really bad. I mean, that did not feel good, but I was wagering that I would be able to get Octillery into play, so that is going to make this all better. You can see how good this Lycanroc play is here. Yes, I would like to bring up one of the bench Pokemon. I'm going to bring up that Ralts. So good. Don't have to switch or anything. Just get to keep this Buzzwole out here active. Regirock fixing that damage just right. I could Brooklet Hill for another Pokemon out of my deck, but I don't think that I need to. I am going to play the Brooklet Hill, though, just to thin my hand. And then I think that I could play the Rockruff, just so that I have another Lycanroc play. I think that's probably the best bet here, just so that I have the option to Guzma again, and if I please. All right, and then I'm going to Abyssal Hand for 2 things. I really want an energy here to attach. I don't get it. Maybe I could have benched that Remoraid, and next turn I would have been able to evolve into another Octillery, but I think that I like having the option for another Guzma play or another Bloodthirsty Eyes play next turn just to have it. And then I'm going to Jet Punch and chip away at that Gardevoir again. Right now, pretty much all of my wager is on this Zygarde being able to knock out this Gardevoir, and that doesn't feel great. Zygarde would need to do a lot. I mean, Zygarde would need a Choice Band. Zygarde would need... Maybe I should have been benching this Zygarde. Geostrike does more damage. Maybe I should have benched this instead of this Rockruff here. If my opponent gets a Max Potion play, that is not going to feel good. However, if they do get a Max Potion play and knock this thing out, then I will. Hopefully, they don't remove this Floatstone so that I can bench this Zygarde and attach maybe Rumble or something. I don't know. Keep it in the active position one more turn. Force my opponent to take an odd prize. Could also corner if I get myself into a weird situation. And then they're just going ahead. They're going to bridge it. They're going to get these other 2 Ralts out. They're probably just going to take the knockout on my Buzzwole just with this Gardevoir, and they do. Okay, they don't remove my tool. This is good. My hand is fine at this point. I'm not worried about it. I think, though, that I am. Okay, so I do have a strong energy. I do not have a max elixir. Land's Wrath, 120, 150, 160 damage. I'm still coming up short. I don't think there's any way I can get this Zygarde to do enough damage. It's doing 110. You know, right now with the Regirock, it would do 130 and 160. They can't. I don't think that they're going to be able to like max potion though. So let's just go ahead, attach to this. They only have 2 prizes remaining. Oh gosh, that's probably not the best thing for me to do. Okay, let's see here. We could bring up the Octillery, knock it out with Bloodthirsty Eyes. That might be the play. And then end them to 2 as well. So let's Ultra Ball away the Octillery and the Remoraid. Let's get our other Bloodthirsty Eyes. We're going to bring up the Octillery, knock it out, and end them. So that's like a pretty cool play. You know, this is just the power also of just Bloodthirsty Eyes is that you can, let's see, 60, 80, 90. I'm doing just enough damage to knock out this Octillery. So let's go ahead and then I'm not going to retreat. I'm going to bench this Zygarde here and then end my opponent. So now they're going to be ended 2. They're going to have not like a ton of resources. Wow. I actually got 2 max elixirs. So I, you know, might be able to finish the game off with this Zygarde. If I had actually just attached the strong energy to the Zygarde and then hit both of these, that would have been pretty cool. But I'm going to save those for now. Come in with this. I think that, well, we'll see. Okay. I wasn't going to hit both these max elixirs anyway, but I would like to Abyssal Hand for some more cards. So we do get 1. We're going to put it onto the Zygarde here. And then we're just going to Abyssal Hand for some more draw, just in case my opponent decides to knock out my Octillery. And that's fine. Okay, so we're going to Cellstorm, knock this thing out. Thanks to the strong energy, thanks to the Regirock, it's just enough damage. So the next turn, we just need to make sure that we don't lose the game right now. If they're able to get a knockout on my Zygarde, then it's game over. Just hoping that they don't have all the cards they need. I did knock out the Octillery, so that was the hope. That was the wager. We had to go in with that end play. Bloodthirsty Eyes. Let's hope that it buffs out. If they don't have the cards they need to win, you know, I might be able to squeak this one out. I'm not exactly sure what the game plan is going to be, though. I would have to get another strong energy onto my Zygarde here to Land's Wrath this thing. They either have it or they don't. I mean, this is either a supporter. They had Rare Candy Gardevoir. You know, they Brooklet Hilled. They searched. They're probably... Oh, they're going to end themselves to 2. They're going to end me as well. Let's see. I get a Fighting Energy. They're just going to be able to smack my Zygarde here. They've got no additional draw. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. They're 10 damage short from knocking out my Zygarde. 180 damage. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what can I do here to make myself have the most odds of winning? Okay, I need a strong energy and a choice band. So that's 120 right now, 140, 150. Okay, I can do it. Let's Field Blower this choice band and my own Brooklet Hill. We're going to Field Blower both those. And then I can't attach this Fighting Energy yet because that's just 120, 130, 160. I already decided that's not enough. I need to do 170. So we need the strong energy. We basically are going to need a Sycamore to help me hit all these cards I need. No, I got them. Oh, we didn't need it. We got it. Good game. Land Wrath for knockout. We were able to put it all together with the Zygarde here doing just enough damage. What a crazy game. All right, so that was pretty good. Buzzwole Lycanroc doing its thing. Bloodthirsty Eyes getting in there, really setting up the win there. You can see just how powerful it is being able to bring up the opponent's bench Pokemon and end them in the same turn. That one power play with the Octillery N, that won the game. So you can imagine just how strong of a deck this Buzzwole Lycanroc deck is. I think it's super cool. Very exciting to play. So congrats to that player that finished in the top 8 of the European International Championships with this thing. It's a lot of fun to play. Awesome list. Thank you all for checking out the video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Peace.